In this video, I will explain how to use the tutorials on critical.com. Under the Tutorials tab, there are many free lessons. For each lesson, there are two buttons. The Start button will launch that lesson, and the Reset button will reset your progress if you want to restart from the beginning. Now let's get started.
Welcome! This tutorial will show you how to make a Rubik's Cube. I assume you all...
A lesson is just a slideshow presented by an AI speaker. She will talk through the slide and also play some animations. When she is talking, you can click this button to stop her. And when she has stopped, you can also click on this button again to have her continue. Let me try that now.
I assume you already know how to use scratch blocks and how 2D coordinates work. You will learn to work with 3D blocks.
Actually, you can also click anywhere on the slide to play or pause it. And you can even use the spacebar to do the same thing. Let me do that now.
You will learn to work. You will learn to work.
Now spacebar.
You will learn to work. You will learn to work.
When you put your mouse over this button, you get some more options. The first two buttons allow you to jump to the previous slide or the next slide. Let's try that now.
Let's start by creating a 3D box. Welcome. Let's start by creating a 3D box with 6.
The circle arrow allows you to restart from the first sentence of this slide, and the running man allows you to jump to the next sentence in the current slide. Let's try these two now.
When the scene of a 3D project is just like... Let's start by creating a 3D... When the green flag... The scene of a 3D project... Let's start by creating a 3D box with 6 cups.
When you click on the button on the bottom left, you get a list of slides that you have completed so far. And you can click on any of them to jump there. Let's try that now.
Welcome! This tutorial will show... Let's start by creating a 3D box with...
In some slides, you'll be asked to write some code. And you will see a new button on top that says Code Editor. When you click on it, you will see a code editor that is embedded in this page. You can use this to write code, to run it, just like how you use the playground. You can easily switch between the slide and the code editor using that button. When you are done with the code, you can click the play button again to continue with the AI speaker. When you are using the code editor, you can also click on this button on the bottom left to show the slide as an overlay window. This way, you can write your code and check the instruction on the slide at the same time. You can also use this button to move the overlay window as well. Whenever you are done with coding, make sure the project is saved, because in later slides, you might be asked to write more code using the same program. If you have signed in, then you can actually change the background of your slides. Click on this arrow to exit the lesson page, and then go to the dashboard. There, you can click on Update Preference. And you can see there are many background images for you to choose from. For example, let's say we like the Halloween night. We'll click on Select. It will be marked as selected. You can also select an overlay color for your scene, for your background. For example, let's see. Let's try a transparent dark purple background. This way, the text and images in the slide will have a good contrast against the background. All right, suppose this is what we like. we just need to say save preference, and then we go back to our lesson and check out the result. See?
Let's start by creating a 3D box with...
Now we're using the new background for our slides. If you have signed in as a teacher, then you have access to the teaching guides. Inside the teaching guide, there are a lot of information, such as the objectives, the key blocks introduced, and the recommended timeline for your class, and also the slide deck with the speaker notes. So you can quickly review or prepare for a class. You can also use this button to go to the full screen to look at the slides. At the bottom of the teaching guide, usually there are some solution programs for the optional challenges at the end of each lesson. You can use them as a reference when your students need some help with these optional challenges. You can also click on these project links at the bottom. These projects are only shared with teachers. You can run these programs, and you can also look inside the source code. That's all for this video. If you have more questions or comments, feel free to email us at info@critical.com. Thank you.